And that breaking news tonight at 11, parents expect heightened security at Duval High Schools in the morning after threats have been made at multiple schools across the district. Thank you for joining us. I'm Anthony Austin.
And I'm Heather Crawford. So here is what we are learning at this late hour. Starting tomorrow morning, all high schools in Duval County School District will have enhanced security due to a significant number of threats compared to normal over the last couple of days. Now, a parent reached out to us tonight concerned about a threat against a school he saw on social media. The district tells us that it is taking these threats seriously and that calls are going out to parents tonight or early tomorrow morning to inform them of these enhanced security measures for the rest of the week. This as the district's police department investigates those threats. Now, when students arrive at school in the morning, they can expect to see limited entrances and other precautions, all in an effort to help keep everyone safe.
Anytime we receive a threat that's a potential threat to a school, if we're not able to deem that threat to be not credible before school starts, we're going to take it seriously and we're going to implement enhanced security protocols. And parents are probably familiar with what those look like by now, but that's the use of the metal detectors, the screening of the backpacks, those types of things.
Now, parents are encouraged to talk to your kids, remind them that if they see something, to say something. Anonymous tips can be reported through the Fortified Florida app or website, and we've linked that to this story on firstcoastnews.com. And our Good Morning Jacksonville crew will be tracking any developments through the night and as school starts in the morning.
Also, a parent mentioned on Twitter that they actually received a letter about that tonight, an email.